Test, test. Okay, that should work. Booting up. We are booting the game. There we go. Let's put a little ping out. Let's do a stream ping. There we go. All right. Hello, hello, guys. Willkommen in Master of Command. Willkommen in Berlin. Bernie, how you doing, man? The Burn. Hello, guys. You just started a Swedish game? That's awesome, man. Yeah, we got Sweden and we got Poland. I think today I think I want to do Poland. I did just finish a run as them, so maybe I'm fatigued as Poland, but I don't think so. I think they are more interesting for me. They're tougher. But I would like to do one full playthrough of each nation. So I could either do Sweden today or Poland. Which I suppose I don't really mind which one I do. But I'm still thinking about it. I'm still thinking what I want to do here. Because I could do Poland. I was interested in trying this one out, the Varvade, because they get the treatise and officer discounts. And if you get it really cheap, you can pass reforms quicker. And if you pass reforms quicker, you could probably do some absurd stacks. But Poland is a lot of fun. I think the government system that they have is very interactive and interesting. I've played the Magnates, and the Magnates are really cool. And because I just played as them, I wouldn't mind trying the Noble Cavalcade instead, because they get double stamina recovery with the cavalry. So you can kind of do a charge, put the cav back for a few seconds, they're already back up to full stamina, and then charge again without losing your efficiency on your charges, which is, it doesn't sound powerful, but that definitely is very strong. And doing like Polish hussars with lances does, you know, that's very fitting. So I think that would be cool. What is my political opinion on roguelike games? Well, I think roguelikes are great for... I think they are great for new developers starting out. And they're much easier to make than something more ambitious, but they're still fun. But because of the lower barrier of entry, I think they're a little bit oversaturated, maybe a little overdone. I'm guilty of that too. But you know what? At least I think the innovation we did is, when have you seen a historical strategy game roguelike? That's just not really seen. So even though I don't think our game is super, super innovative, I do think the marriage between a historical strategy game and a roguelike is quite innovative in a way. So I think that's cool. But yeah, are you guys cool if I play the Noble Cavalcade, the Polish cavalry brigade, or would you prefer a different? I could do the Magnates or the Commonwealth, or I could do the Endelta, the Vervade, or the Pomeranians. So we have a lot of different options of what we can do. Let me know if you guys have a preference. I don't mind. Noble Cavalcade, Cavalcade. Yeah, I would like to get the winged hussars going, you know. I mean, they don't have the wings anymore, but we do have Polish hussars. So I think it'd be fun. Let's do it. And they start off with the highest same power, which is fun. There's an achievement I want to go for, which is, when the winged hussars arrived, beat a headquarters army with cavalry only. So I think it'd be so fun to go for that achievement. We also have On Your High Horse as the cavalcade, have a cavalry unit with 1,000, so we could probably get that one too. Res Republica, win the campaign with 5 negative modifiers as Poland, Lithuania. on Iron Man as well, so we could do that one too. And we could probably get this one because we're going to be Noble Cavalcade. We could probably get all of these achievements in this one run. How about this one? Magnet, we're not going to get that one, unfortunately. What's this one? As the Commonwealth, embedded with 10 officers. We're not going to get that. So why don't we put it on max modifiers? Oh, Jesus. All right. We're going to go Marshal, Coalition Armies, Iron Man, and we're going to go for every single achievement and see if we can do it. So, yeah, I think that's good. Yeah. We're going to call Iron Man. All right. This is going to be extremely tough. Because Poland's really difficult as it is. And doing martial mode is something that I'm not even good at. I know there's some players who are very good at min-maxing it, but yeah, I'm not the best at that. Now, there is a new modifier, by the way, called Reinforced Headquarters. So HQ battles are just more challenging now. And in Act 3, if you have this modifier on, in Act 3, they get the 6th Brigade Reinforcement Headquarters. So you've got to fight double HQ battles, and that's very tough now, too. So we get free rerolls, and we can start however we want. And we should be very strategic about the very first doctrine that we're going to go for. I don't think we need the infantry morale damage. That's not going to help us with our cavalry, so we don't want that. Resource cost is not that important, nor is ammo if we're playing cav. We can get this for embedding officers. You gets you more same support. That's okay. That's okay. I do want to... I do want to stack cavalry reforms. I want to rush cavalry reforms, so this could be good, but we'll see. Melee 10%, but less prisoners. That one's fine. I think there's probably better ones. Officer veterancy and officer cost. That one's okay. I'm just being very picky. Are Poland's units just worse? Well, Poland gets reforms that you need to pass. Their army doesn't start off that good. So, for example, if you go into the top left here, you can actually expand your cavalry's unit size. You can expand your artillery's size. You can even make your general strong, 20% stronger. I got my general to over 1,000 men. And you can even print free recruits as well. But it is definitely tougher. I think Poland is there if you are a true MoC fan who wants a tough challenge. If you're just looking to play as you play MoC normally, you should try Sweden, I would say, first. But Poland is probably the hardest faction right now out of any nation. But in a way, I think that's fun and rewarding if you can get it working. It's a very slow start. Are the Brits a good starting army? I just updated them, Aaron, so now's a great time to try them out. I made them better. They get better starting items. They get a new system. They get a new system called Insight that you can put into speccing out your general to make him better. And their bonus got replaced that they gain all veterancy sources by plus 100%, whereas previously it was only plus 100% for drilling. So now all veterans, you don't even have to drill with them anymore. You can just get extra veterancy. So they are definitely a good starting army now. They weren't previously, though. Infantry move speed's useless for our run. Battle move speed and charge. Blitz is not bad. That's not bad, but we get infantry and we don't want infantry. Charge, but less morale. We get foot guards. We want to get a cav unit. That is something I will say. I don't know if we can actually roll a cav unit, can we? That is unfortunate, because we want to go all cavalry. Ah, look at that, private cavalry. With battle move speed and charging. I think that is our... And we're raiding 4 settlements. That's not bad. I think we go with this one. We go quicker and we charge harder. Oh, look at this. The winged hussars cavalry. Oh, I wish we could get... This one's our next one we got to chase. Cavalry combat effectiveness 10%. Yeah, that would be nice. That would be very nice. But we don't get a cavalry unit. So we got to take blitz. Oh. Do I just keep... I'd have to keep re-rolling to get this to be attached to this unit, and that's going to take forever. So I think we just have to stick with what we've got. Yeah. We're going to raid East Prussia. All right, here we go. All right. So we've got our Polish hussars. We're going to call them the winged hussars. Vanguard's got a crappy flag. Let's get them a better flag. There, that looks nice. Does anyone want units named after them? Because we usually don't do that, right? We usually do historical units, but I think it'd be fun for this stream to name some units after you guys. So you can have some personal attachment. Just as long as the name's not dumb. And by dumb, I mean like a 3, a 7, a Z, 2, 4. Like just something that's nonsensical. So just write a name that you'd like your unit named after if you'd like. I'm also going to name Griffin. What's a Polish version of Johnson? What is John in Polish? Jan? So we'll call it Jansen. What would be Griffin? Did they have a Griff? Maybe like that? Griff Jansen? I'll be a Polish... I like the gold hat there. I like the mustache too. I'll do a narrower face. And I like this. Okay, that's fun. So yeah, you can customize your general now. And then we can toggle to the bodyguard view, which is cool. And we can paint our bodyguard. And I'll do... I always thought like the Polish red color like this with black looked cool. And then I want the guy to match that as well. Let's do this color there. Oh, that's cool that that color can be changed too. And then we'll do like that. And there. I think that looks pretty cool. That's our bodyguard. So who wants a unit named after them? We've got the Winged Hussars. We'll call it Sobieski Cavalry. Instead of saying me, why don't you... you guys are saying me. Just say the name that you would like. I can't name it after you unless you let me know what name to name it after. I feel like Sobieski isn't a person here, though. You just said Sobieski because it's a name of a famous historical Polish general. So let's name them after our viewers. So we've got this cavalry, and we've got that cavalry. There we go. We got one viewer named Karkowski. Me, do me. What should I name this one here? Fifth Pegasus? I'm not naming them Pegasus. Well, I could do Pegasus Cavalry. There. With the horse. We've got Karkovsky, Pegasus, and our... We'll do Sobieski Winged Hussar. Sobieski Winged Hussar, Pegasus Cavalry, and Karkovsky. There. So all of them sound kind of thematic. Let's give the Polish horses to the Winged Hussars with lances, and definitely the Kampenhausen charge and melee buff. We'll definitely give them the Carabella sabers too. I'm also going to strip off our heavy sabers off of our general and give him Hussar sabers so that we can give those heavy sabers to maybe the Pegasus Cav. And then we've got horseshoes, move speed, and stamina. These guys are going to be like shock cavalry, and they might be a bit slower. Who's faster here? These guys are fast, so they're speed. If they're fast, we have to remember that they're fast. I'm going to have to put speed in their name. And then what are these guys better at? These guys are better at like prolonged melee combat. So I'm just going to put what they're specializing in. And so if we want to double down in melee, I think we're just going to have to give the speed and stamina to our speed guys and then leave these guys kind of blank for now, but they're going to get the nice saber. Then we've got some diamond pendants for 250. Now, I could sell this and probably get 10% support if I sell it. If I donate it, I get 5% support. So yeah, it's definitely better to sell that and then purchase the support manually. There we go. The other thing we can do, look at this, we got lucky. Cavalry unit size. We want to... there's no town nearby. I'm going to jump straight into this battle here. We don't need ammo, actually, at all. We do need maybe manpower or food. What's more useful to me? I would say manpower. Because when you foray, which is the new Polish stance, you lose manpower. These guys are Saxa, so they get morale recovery. It got changed. So they're going to recover their morale very quickly, but they're slow. And slow is good, because it means we can outrun them and kind of dance around them with our cav. Okay. So, and we've got clear weather, so there's a new weather system. And look at this. Our hussars with our lances. We've got the Sebeski winged hussars. We've got Griff Janssen right there with his small general staff. We're going to make these guys bigger eventually. Didn't this battle give you a Tollers option in the early build? It did, but that was kind of a too obvious of a pick that I thought was kind of lame, so I changed it to resources. We've got the Kharkovsky with our sabers there. Do you guys hear the game, by the way? You do, yeah. And then we've got our Pegasus cavalry. So let's get everybody kind of lined up. Who's got the highest shock damage? It's Sebeski, so he's going to make the initial impact. Because every, if you didn't know this, if you charge, every successive unit that charges in afterwards deals less charge damage. So the first guy making impact is the most important. We also get extra morale recovery, plus 25%, and stamina recovery, 25%, if we're in the command radius, I'm pretty sure, right? No, just generally. Then the doctrine for this army is that anybody in this radius gains extra stamina recovery. So, just as an example, if I sprint, you can see there my stamina is... Oh, the tooltip looks a little messed up there. Let me take a screenshot of that. 1 second. The Polish general can actually fight. That's pretty nifty. Yeah, he can fight, and you can give him items, and you can actually increase his size through the Polish Sejm. But yeah, check this out. You can see my stamina is going down as I'm sprinting. I'm down to 84, 83. And then if I pause, look how fast this will go back up. I stop here, 82, 83, 84, 85. So it's flying up, even though I have no items right now that actually boost the stamina recovery speed. So you can even stack more items that are going to do that. But it does mean that our guys aren't going to get as tired quickly, which is nice because they specialize in charge damage, which eats up your stamina. So that is a nice little synergy we have. And we're going to throw our cavalry out wide. Put the winged hussars in the middle. We've got infantry. These guys have good guns in the middle. I'm going to move around. I'm going to let them shoot their shot at max range while I'm in cover. Actually, they're mid maneuver. So they're not going to get their shot off in time, I don't imagine. I'm going to pull these guys back. I'm going to let my general take the shot because he will automatically heal. And these guys are scattered. They're not ready to receive the charge. So this will be good. Yeah, I think we're going to get that in there first. We're going to get countercharged. And I'm going to be really annoying while I play because we do have to min-max as hard as we can because we're on martial difficulty. And our troops over there are going to get hurt. That's the only thing. Oh, shit, I got hit. Okay. We got shot. Oh, they're not even hitting my general. That's annoying. All right, there we go. Now we can charge in. And the general's got to get over there to rescue our melee cavalry who are getting double teamed at the moment. Okay, the hussars are going in. I'm going to run these guys through because we frontal charged and then hit these guys in the back. All right, I'm going to have to rally my cavalry who is retreating. The thing is, we're playing on martial, so the enemy's getting absurdly high morale. So we just have to try to overcome that. And I'm going to intercept that charge coming for me. And then I'm going to rear charge. Look at that. Beautiful. So if they're not braced, you deal a lot of damage. And then I'm going to hit these guys in the back. And we're just going to melt them. There we go. Look at that. Wipe them out. Shattered. There we go. Charge everybody in. Let's tell the Pegasus Cav to hold on and just sit around to restore their stamina. And then we'll use them to break the other unit. There we go. So the stamina is recovering. Yeah, our morale is just low. We need to get items for the morale. There we go. We're already recovered. Nice. Good. We shattered everybody. They're not reloaded. The enemy's not reloaded, so I gotta go in and just hit them as fast as I can before they reload. There we go, we're going in. And we need some melee damage received items. If we get some breastplates or some coats, that would be nice. Yeah, they're just getting stacked on. There we go. Beautiful. Victoire. Alright, what do we got? Got a little bit of cash. Oh, beautiful. We can present... Oh my gosh. Okay, if you get crappy loot, this is the best thing you can possibly get as Poland, which is incredible luck. Really, really good luck at the start. I'm very happy about this. You'll see why in just a moment. I think we're going to just replace our losses. Just because these guys are going to take a while to replenish. Let's see how long the replenishment is. Yeah, these guys have black replenishment because they're high tier. So it's a new replenishment tier that's extra slow. So we'd have to be very careful about that. Now, I'm going to find a town. Damn, we got really unlucky. There's just nothing nearby. There's got to be a village. I'm going to emerge out this way. We have to intercept convoys and raid villages. There we go. We got a village there. Let's go to the outpost. Oh, a gunsmith. This is an overpowered... This encounter is new, but it's overpowered as hell. Okay, this isn't a bad result. We're going to just sell those muskets off. I'm going to run over to that outpost and then go to Soldau. There's a battlefield behind. Yeah, I don't really know if I like doing those. Artillery, I don't even want, so I'm going to ignore that. We're trying to do all cav. I'm going to force march myself over to Soldau. We're going to foray. I'm going to wait. Okay, it's raining. I'm going to go in, and here's what I want to do. I want to sell this off. Sell these off and these for money. Then we're going to go into our support. And look at this. If we present war trophies, we gain 5% from that. This one is a higher tier, so we're going to get 10% from that. 5% from that. Look, we're already 80%. Now we're going to pass cavalry unit size. Then we're going to present even more trophies. We're going to get 10% from this. And another 5% from that. So we're up 36%. And I think the next thing that we want to do is we probably want to hit cavalry unit size one more time. And then the next thing to save up for is to build our political faction, to start building up a discount later on. But I want to knock out 2 of the expanded cavalry events. Because these are rare that you even can roll them. And we rolled them 2 times in a row, which is very, very, very lucky. And because we've reformed the cavalry with extra size, we can just immediately fill these guys up with even more. We're going to sell off this. And at the stable, we want to see if we can get anything else that's going to help us out. Nothing here screams high quality to me. I'm not seeing like crazy quality. I do want better morale. This will lower our morale. We don't want that. The fish. The pickled herring. If you're lucky, your cavalry can become as large as infantry formations. Yes, they can. But keep in mind, every time you pass this, your cavalry speed goes down 8%. So if we want to stack this 4 times, we're going to get, 32% speed decrease, which is really rough. So we do have to keep making sure we're fast. And the whole point of charge cavalry is to be faster. This will give us more charge. I don't mind just picking that up. It's 6 charges for pretty cheap. Grab that. And we need something for morale. But for now, we're going to foray. And foraying is a form of raiding that also builds up same power. So we're building up power through raiding, and we're accomplishing one of our objectives. There we go. We got the Bibles, and Bibles will reduce morale damage received, which we probably want to put on our lowest morale unit, which is our speedy guys. Yeah. And then this guy's got no items, so let's give him some better charge and stamina. And let's continue on. Okay, there's an enemy here. I'm going to let him attack me. 4 units under Gustavian. They have a higher officer death chance, so we're going to stack everything on the Feldjägers, which is very, actually, easy because these are light infantry. So we're very lucky here. Okay, so we want to ambush those Feldjägers. They do have Chevaux de Frise, but that's okay. We're going to pull everyone back. Pegasus got the most starting items. Yeah, they've got 2. They've got 3. They've got 3. And I've got 0 on me. We're going to wait for these guys to cross. Love the update. Haven't bought the DLC yet, but the game feels smooth. Awesome, Ash. I'm glad. Yeah, I think this update to me is like the definitive way to play. I think this is, to me, this is like the fully realized version of the game in its most completed form. So, and this sounds kind of bittersweet, but, you know, with an update as big as this, I don't have planned to do any more big updates. You know, we'll do patches, but to me, this is like our big sort of finale. So, after this, we are going to start working on plans for our next game, which I'm sure if you've watched the live streams, you've seen us talk a little bit about. I'm going to let the general... I'm going to throw the general in first to kind of ease things up, and then we're going to throw everybody in. There we go. I'm going to get shot from all directions, which sucks, but I want to try to just break the officer. And if he's dead, then everyone else is going to break. There we go, officer killed. So now we spread everybody out. And we hit everyone from all sides. And our general's going to stay in the middle to keep morale from every side there. There we go. Let's see if any of these charges fail, and if I need to reinforce any of them. I think we should be okay. Again, I'm playing with martial mode, so they're going to get little buffs in battle. Guys on the left are fine. The guy on the right needs some help. Who's this guy? Yeah, the Pegasus need a lot of help, it seems. They just keep melting. Everyone else is fine. They control their weight. Okay, let's get in there. Yeah, Pegasus need some help. Everyone else is fine. Next few items, we got to get to the Pegasus guys here, because they're having trouble. To be fair, Württemberg, I think, actually has decent items. There we go. Units gain too much experience. First battle, give everyone 5 promotions. Forrest, which nation were you playing as? Which nation was that with? Was that with England? The first British composition? Maybe I went overboard then. Because what you're saying isn't applying for me. I'm on level 1, and I've fought 2 battles now. You're playing Britain. Okay, yeah, I need to go fix that later then. Seems like British intro comp is gaining too much veterancy from battles. Yep. Yeah, you gain twice as much veterancy if you read your composition. I got changed. So that's their whole buff, but I think maybe the buff is just too strong. It does diminish, like that bonus goes away the more units you recruit. Alright, so what do we want to do here? We need... Britain gets 50% overall experience now. They get 100% experience. That goes down by, I think, like 2% per unit recruited, or something like that. So the bigger your army gets, the less veterancy you get until it just neutralizes at 0%. I think we may want money for this. I may want to get a little cash so we can fill out that 4th unit with something good. We probably want to buy something nice. I can present the war trophies again twice at 68. And we can increase the cavalry size again. But we're really hurting our speed now. But we are nice and large, which is good. I'm going to go around the marsh because I don't like to go in there. Let's see if we can find an animal mascot. That would be fun. Deer in the field. Pelts are good. Yeah. Oh, dude, the pelts can also be presented as war trophies. Look. This one's going to be worth, what, 5, 10, 15, 20%? Yeah, that's awesome. So we have 30% support. Now we can either gain... All right, yeah, we ran out of luck. There's nothing here for the cavalry or for the general. So we're going to save up for the reform cost. Or we go for this. We go for the 2nd Brigade. I think that might be smarter. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I know I said it offhandedly, and some people in the chat are taken aback. I do not have any more planned updates. That doesn't mean we can't do it, but, like, this was never meant to be a live service game. It was honestly meant to have no DLC at all. So the fact that we haven't made any is only reflective of the fact that the game sold well when it came out. But if we do spend too much time, there's only like 200 concurrent players playing, right? There's only 200 people playing. So if we spend too much time on DLC, the studio won't have the funds to make the next game. And my goal is to not need any external funding to make the next game. So I want to make sure I use the profit from the studio to make something even better next time. And I don't want to lose it on too much DLC. So we'll see. But I also don't know what else to add. I know I could add like the Dutch or whatever, but to me, every faction's supposed to have a niche. And I don't really have any more playstyles that I want to explore for this game right now. Let's pay for the... Yeah. We've got 2 new guns. All right. Any more villages? We got a village right there. Let's go sell off the new loot we just got. Don't need any of that. 1,200. We can get Polish Dragoons, which are fine. I would be cool with those. Yeah, should we just grab Dragoons? This way they have got guns, so it just adds a little bit more of a niche that we've got. Yeah, let's do. So you're planning on MoC 2 after this, like those previous... I don't know, Racer. I think in the month of June, this whole month, we're just going to be prototyping and designing different ideas. So I can't tell you anything right now. I don't even know myself. So, yeah. So we bought a unit. I might spend the rest of my money on bribes or go to the stable and see what we got. We can get a nice horse. We don't have the money, though. Is there anything for morale? Give me something for morale. We need cheese is what we need. This isn't bad. I think I'm going to save my money for now and probably burn this village down so we can get the settlements raided. If we do convoys, we've got 2 in the south we can sweep, and then we just go up north. Good. All right, let's keep moving. I need a forced march. It's beautiful weather, by the way, so you get extra profit if you sell. So let's see if we can hit a town quickly. Face an enemy field army. Those guys are usually tough. And get 4 items. Or set it ablaze and push them back by a week. Gosh, what would you guys do? This is going to be a really bloody battle if I take this on. And I'm going to get a lot of like experience and loot and stuff. Or I push the... I'm going to set it ablaze because I'm not even using the ammunition I have because I don't have guns. I don't use it, and I get extra time. I think I have to do that because of my situation. Let's do that. Yeah, you guys are right. I agree. All right, let's fight this one. This is going to be 8,000. They're Petrine. So this actually is not too bad for me. Petrine means they have extra stamina, so they're not going to get tired. They take less morale damage, so they're harder to break, but they recover morale at about half the speed. So if you can do hit and run and shock charge them repeatedly, they're not going to recover. And it also means when you break one of them, they're less likely to come back. They've got a lot of artillery to knock out, no cavalry support, which is great. So I can run all the way around, knock out the artillery, kill the officer on them, who's lucky, so he has a less officer death chance, so we'll have to wipe him out. And then we've got this plain officer who we don't have to care about, but he's attached to Fusiliers. Okay. I am going to use my items. I got a min-max. Reload and accuracy. We'll have to name our Dragoons. But yeah, the only reason I'm being so methodical right now is we're on the absolute hardest difficulty, so I just want to be careful. And we're running a composition that's a little bit awkward because it's all cavalry. And it's a little harder to do gimmick runs in this update. Like all artillery or all cav is a little bit harder. But yeah, we want to knock out... I want to spread out. Maybe have the general mess around in the middle. And spread these guys out wide. Is there a way to play early? Well, the DLC is out. You can play right now, man. You can play now. So, I'm going to sprint these guys, and they're going to get tired, but they're going to recover because they're in an officer radius. The guys on the right will get tired but not recover, so I'll bring the general so that it doesn't matter what kind of radius you're in, if it's this radius or this one. If they get tired, they will recover, which is really cool. So I'll show you guys how that works. Because we're just going to sprint and sprint and sprint and burn through all of our stamina. Petrine's also defensive, so they're just going to hang out and try to hold that point. Alright, we are down to, look at this, we're down to only 33 stamina remaining. So now if we park, we're winded. If we park there, bang, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. So we just recover all that stamina because of our composition buff. Is the hex code RGB in the update? Yes, it is. You can do custom colors. I'll show you that afterwards. You guys can do fully custom colors. Alright, we got an officer here that we want to kill. What is funny is this is almost like slightly historically accurate to how Polish armies in the 1600s would fight. There were entire Polish armies that were just pure hussars and like no infantry, which were very fun to read about. And they would win too, which is very interesting. All right, I'm gonna park the general to get the dragoons up and running. My Pegasus got kind of isolated there. But yeah, these guys need to stop and recover, and then these guys will continue on. I'm going to start that charge as soon as I can, and then these guys need to recover quickly. You have to be stationary to recover, by the way, so you won't just get it passively. So these guys are now fully stationary, and you can see they're going to recover now. There we go. Hit them, guys. Nice. We want to kill this officer. We're fully recovered, so we're going to keep moving now. These guys are tired because they're isolated. Oh, damn, they're trying to fire cannons as we're in combat. Come on. And he's lucky, so he's not going to die until the very end. There we go. Now the officer's killed. We're going to fall back to recover and bring the new cav in. I'm going to hit the Crownland recruits and knock out that guy. Move this guy back. We want to knock out all the recruit tier infantry, because the more of their units that fall back and retreat, the more morale shock the good units, these guys on the left, are going to suffer. So look at that. We pick on the recruits. And once the recruits are dealt with, we may even want to cycle charge a little bit. Pull out and try it again. There we go. Damn, my general is taking some losses. I'm going to fall him back. I'm going to hit this guy. And their morale recovery is so low that I don't feel like I need to shatter. See how it's barely regaining at all because of the personality. And I do need to go help those guys on the right. There we go. And once we knock these guys out, see how the morale is down even though they haven't suffered any losses? It's just because we're dealing with everyone else and hurting the rest of their army. Okay, our dragoons fell back. Yeah, any of our guys without items are just very fragile right now. And we need to go boost. We need everybody we can get, so I need to go try to boost this guy back. There we go, we're boosting him. What are the bar wars? I don't know what those are. Alright. Once we deal with these guys, which is soon, I'm going to pull everybody back. There we go. And then pull everyone back and recover the stamina. Are these guys going to come back? They might come back, but I don't think so. I'm going to put everybody on the road. By the way, there's a new hotkey I'm going to teach you guys. Damn, they're really booking it after me. Are they sprinting? Yeah, what the hell? Go away. I'm trying to recover over here. There's a new hotkey. You can hold left alt, and if you hold right click, look, you can drag the whole army now. And then if you hold left control, you can even rotate it, which is pretty cool. I'm going to let them fire at me at max range. There we go. It's fine by me. They're going to miss most of their shots. And we're all going to just recover our stamina. There we go. Are they tired? They're a little tired from sprinting, and these guys are all the way back there. I'm gonna... Who's got the highest stamina? Maybe the winged hussars need to go in for the charge. They've got not very high stamina, but I just need to get this charge started before the reinforcements come. And then these guys, I'm gonna try to hit them in the rear. I'll keep the general back so he can boost these guys. And I'm hoping I get this charge off before the reload. I do. Okay, I'm going to hit these guys. They were braced, so my charge impact didn't help too much, but I'm going to fall back and let the next charge come in. Because the bracing is at 0%. Just going to let the next charge come in, and then bring the rest of these guys in now. There we go. You see, that's a little better now. And cycle the next charge in. There we go. Now we're getting kills. And if we kill the general, then look at how low the morale is despite not suffering any losses. So if we can just kill another officer, the morale will be even lower. I'm going to just follow them until I see the officer is killed. It's kind of funny. I'm getting exhausted doing this, but gosh, I can't kill that damn officer. There we go, he's dead. So now look, they've got half their morale left. And I'm going to try to replenish as quickly as possible. They're not fully reloaded, which is nice. I'm going to see if I can turn them around by distracting them. Oh, okay. All right, interesting. He doesn't like the distraction. We're going in then. Yeah. There we go. Beautiful. That's funny. Does stamina recovery stack? It does. The one dude had the entire Polish army trying to assassinate him. Yep. Random question, what's your favorite time period? I don't know. I do love this time period now because I've lived in it for so long. So I do love the 18th century. I think the 18th century is my favorite. I used to like the Victorian era the most, but I think it's too industrial and it lacks the fashion and the adventurousness of the 18th century. And the 1600s are okay, but the early to mid 1600s are just very brown and gray. In the late 1600s, you start getting beautiful uniforms and fashion. And I will admit the nobility's fashion in the early 1600s does look nice. Just the regular troops don't look as good. Beyond fashion, in terms of like geopolitics, technology, and just history generally, I again like the 18th century the most. I think it's just the most interesting. Yeah, I think that's my opinion. We need to bring back 18th century fashion. Yeah, you should go to school and wear like a powdered wig and then see what they say to you. All right, we're going to restore our casualties. We have another cavalry treatise, which is great. We got some level ups from grinding prisoners at the end. By the way, the speed at which you kill prisoners has been sped up, so you can actually grind kills, which is fun. We've got morale and stamina recovery. Stamina, so it's lots of stamina. We need some melee or charge. Oh, beautiful. I think we go charge, right? Because we just want to get a crazy high charge stat. Yeah. And then Pegasus is the one that needed help, right? So if we give him more charge and melee, that's even better. Then I want to give up the Gorget by presenting trophies. We're at 56%. And what did we want to do? We probably just want to knock out that 2nd Brigade, I think, by now. So let's bribe the officials. Grab the 2nd Brigade. That's the most important thing you can do. All of these suck, unfortunately. Oh, excellent horses. I would love that. I would love that. Yeah. So we got the 2nd Brigade slot open. I'm going to sell the rest of this. We do have a horse for melee. Who's our melee guy? This is our melee guy. I'm going to buy the slot and give him extra melee. So that's 48-48. This guy's 51-22, 25-33. So this dude is definitely well-rounded. This guy's very into shock tactics, and he's quite fast. Yeah. Anybody who's like speedy and charge focused, I'll call shock cavalry. And anybody who's not, I'll call regular cavalry. And shock cavalry will do red flags, so we know. And yeah, we'll do like reds, shades of red. And then this we can do shades of blue and yellow. I think that looks good. This guy is lame looking. He's definitely regular. So we're going to switch him to something different. There we go. And we're going to flip the flag. And go like that. There we go. And this guy is just, you know, the Winged Hussars. The Winged Hussars are just going to be good at everything. And I'm going to sell off our crap because it's beautiful weather, so we're going to make a nice little profit. There we go. Is there anything I want here? Ooh, a Cuirassier sword. That could be nice. It could be nice to get a Cuirassier sword. Or a new unit. Maybe. Ooh, Liptka Ulans would be very, very good. Or even Vanguard Cav is only 800. I would take Vanguard Cav. That's only 800. I think we got to go for that. How do we make 800? Maybe we go and burn the town on the right and get back there. Or we go for the convoy. I might go for convoys, guys, because I want to get that free unit before I fight my next battle. Because the battles are going to start getting tougher. So I want to swing and just knock this one out. Delay again. Nice. We got double delays on the HQ, which is fantastic. I'm going to swing up. And let's just get the free cavalry unit. Like, I think that's our best bet. Rotten Discipline. Artillery, line infantry, or light cav. Ooh, hell yes. Provide an officer. And $60. Okay, so we have a couple goals now. We're going to grab the extra unit. Oh, hell yes. Dude, we're getting so lucky this run. This run is just so perfect for us. This is a brand new encounter, Mired in Mud. And because... Oh, there's one little localization glitch. One moment. One little localization problem. Do you see how there's a bullet point on call for the Horsemaster? We just need to remove the bullet point. There we go. Fixed. But look, if we have the National Autorment, or Autorament? How do you pronounce that? Autorament. What the hell does that... How is that pronounced? There's not even anything on Google Translate. All right, hold on. Autorament. So if we just so happen to pick this composition, we get this bonus where we get... Oh, it didn't work. Oh. Oh, that sucks. Okay, I get a horse and $130. I'm supposed to get that, but that option doesn't work. Damn, on the new encounter too. Let me put a fix for that. 1 second. What was it called? Mired in Mud special option. Doesn't work. I was supposed to get $130, right? Well, it is what it is. What else do we need to do? One more convoy? Damn, we were getting so lucky, too. I was so excited by the luck. This has cheap officers. If we run and grab the cheap officer and send it there, we can grab a free light cav unit as well. Let's jump in the forest. Make sure we don't get ambushed. Hit the convoy. Treasury escort. Face a weak field army. I will do that. Because I get cavalry. A free cav unit. Pull these guys. They're royal recruits by the looks of it. Royal. Oh no, they're French Fusiliers. Damn. Okay, those are royal recruits. Okay, let's take these guys on. Royal Recrute. Okay. Beautiful weather, so everybody's got extra stamina and morale. That's nice. French Fusiliers, I want to knock out the Hussars first. We're going to move all the cav over to the right. And we've got to beat the Hussars. Royal with cheese, yep. And we can move the whole army in bulk using the hotkey, which is very nice. And I don't know if I'm comfortable running yet. Yeah, I don't need to run. How does the weather system work? Well, there's random weather, and you can read the effect of it in the top right. That's pretty much it. How do I break through this? Maybe I hit the guy on the end first. Hit the guy on the end, and then break through and kill the Hussars. That's a Royal Recruit, so he's going to fall first. And they take extra morale damage, which is nice, but they get fired by rank, so I just don't want to get caught. Okay, I think I can hit that guy. There we go, beautiful. There we go, he's going to get crushed. And then we want to trigger these Hussars to come at us, and we want to take them out to kill the officer. There we go, those Royal Recruits are dying. Why don't we tell our crappy Dragoons to go chase them down and kill every last one of them, so that he can level up, and that also we lower the morale of their army by inflicting kills. Let's do that. And then let's move Radisville over. Isn't it dishonorable to target an officer? Well, look, we're on martial mode, and martial mode is so punishing that I will do anything that it takes. All right, he is cutting them down. Look at those kills. Very nice. It does eat into the prisoner rewards. The more guys you kill, the less prisoners you're getting. But I do want to just rack up. What can we do here? It's hard to, like... They're defending themselves quite well. I guess we bait them from the left, and I'll swing everything right. And run into these Royal Recruits, who also kind of suck. Before they can get a shot off, hopefully. Oh, I'm hoping they don't get a shot off. Oh, ouch, ouch. Okay, there's the Hussars. That's what we want. We want to charge everything into those Hussars quickly. So we're going to get hit. Let's see who... Wow, we didn't lose any morale from their charge. That's how good our cav is. And we're charging everything into them now. Royal Recruits are shattered. I'm going to have Karvosky go and just knock those guys out. There we go. Actually, I'll tell everybody to go once we take care of the Hussars. They've got one more officer left. Or one more cavalry left, rather. Okay, let's push on. Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. That's 2,000 cavalry barrel into you. All right, let's send these guys in next. So there's their guy. I'm going to tell this guy to try to push through and countercharge. There we go. Very nice. And they'll push through too. Judging from the roster, are you playing the second doctrine? Yes, I am playing the second composition, which has cavalry. And I really want to kill these Hussars. Because they have an officer. Damn, his stamina is good. He's been mass charging and he still is fresh. Everyone else is exhausted. Right before they fired, they were about to do fire by rank on us and we barely just got them. We're getting very lucky. I think it's because the French units are so wide, they're hard to form a proper line to actually get their bonus off. We don't need to kill the officer. We're going to let him get away. I can just brute force the rest of the battle. I'm going to push in. Oh, ouch. Okay, they got their shot off. And this guy's going to be gone. There we go. There we go. I think that's a decisive victory. We added this new thing that it tells you what kind of victory you have. So I think that's decisive. Let's see. Or it's a major victory. What did we get? Major victory. Okay, it was not decisive. We lost 16% of our guys. We do have some nice uniforms we can donate to the same. What do we want to take from this? I guess I do need some food. So we'll grab the veterancy. Veterancy's good anyways. It would be nice to get some upgrades in. Because these guys can actually go up to Hussars. I think we want to get all 3 of these guys to Hussar quality, probably, right? Lipka Ulans are actually kind of fun, too. But it is... Look how expensive this is. It's 7 veterancy to get up there. So maybe... I don't know. We're going to have to decide if that's worth it or not. Or if we just want to jump and take some other upgrade. These guys are already maxed out, I think. Oh, no. They can become veterans. That's nice. Is this Sweden? Well, I will let you determine if it's Sweden or not. You can look at the flag and look at the names. You tell me if it's Sweden. Okay. But yeah, I'll also show you the new color palette. So you can see here, you can adjust the colors however you want. Just very cool. We've got some good cav items. We're going to donate the war trophy. And we want those horses. I'm not going to do the bribe yet. What we want to do next is we want to jump in and grab these officers. A cheap officer to donate. That's perfect. 54. Oh, man. We could gobble up officers, actually. Yeah. I'm going to buy a bunch of officers. And then we want another one for cavalry charge and move speed. I mean, that's fantastic. Or melee charge and accuracy. Nah. Stamina loss while sprinting. Army speed. Army's force march move speed. And veterancy gain. Interesting. Stamina loss while sprinting, which we already have. Oh, no, we don't have that trait. Move speed, army force march, and veterancy. Or we go for cavalry charge 15% with 10% move speed. I don't know. I do think the guy on the left is probably going to be better for what we want. Because veterancy gain's fine. Stamina loss while sprinting is really, really good. And some extra move speed with force march. The whole army moves 5% faster. It doesn't sound like a lot, but every little percentage will count to help you escape and outrun anything you need to. I don't know. What would you guys do between the 15%, that's crazy, and 10% move speed? I don't know. I don't know. I'll let the chat decide which officer. Can you buy both? I could buy both, but I only need one more officer. These 3 I'm going to give away for encounters and packing the same with loyalists. But yeah, I could go Oski or Rad. Like the rugged guy can provide the force march as a reserve. Yes, he can. He could provide force march from reserve. That's correct. So he could... I could take him now and then retire him later and have him sit in reserve. Yeah, that's a very tough decision. I don't know. Oh, there's no regiments there, are there? Can we see the bonuses? So Rad has got 50% less stamina loss while sprinting, 5% extra move speed, and your army force march is 5% faster, and then you gain extra veterancy. But we're taking minus 5% morale, minus 5% morale. The other guy gives us 15% cav charge with higher officer death chance, and then 10% extra move speed, but less stamina. I think we take Rad, and then we can retire him later and put him in reserve, because he can provide the force march bonus from the reserve. So we'll take Rad for now, and then we will leave him in reserve later when we get a different officer, maybe. I think that could work. And then what we do next is we jump down. We're going to check out this slum. Delay the HQ. Yeah, we're delaying the HQ again because I'm running back and forth everywhere. I'm going to run here. I do not want to fight a battle. Not yet. Okay, I've got cavalry I could buy here. Some Vanguard cav, which I would like. I'm going to sell off this crap that I don't need. I've got 700, but I need, what, 800 to get them. Gosh, I'm going to have to give everything away, aren't I? Yeah, unfortunately. Grab him. So look at the army now. And we've got saddles. Give that to him. And then we're going to run down and provide an officer to the outpost and get another free light cav unit. And we got the little 5% buff to the force march. I noticed with Sweden, I got an officer perk that affects the entire army. Are those perks available to everyone or only Swedish officers? Those are for everyone. Everyone can have those. Okay, I need money. So we're going to foray this settlement until we get $70. And then we're going to go to the outpost. On this beautiful day, we're going to burn down Goldap. There we go. Then we're going to run over to the outpost, preserve the reserve officer, and get... Oh, beautiful. I wanted these Tartar Ulans. Look at this. We are in a good position. Morale damage received. Who's got the lowest morale? 36. These guys have such low morale. I'll give it to the Ulans. Mead for morale recovery 2. And stamina recovery with the fish. But that reduces morale. So someone who already has the best morale should get the fish. If we're even giving it to anyone. Like this guy. That's not bad. You get stamina recovery, but he's just a little bit sad that he's got the pickled fish. And we sell the lumber chest. And then we've got 2 officers in reserve. And then look what we're going to do. We're going to embed those 2 loyalist officers. We're now at 46%. We're going to pass the horse reform. And grab, look at those 2 excellent tier horses. Stamina 12. Damn, this is such a good run. I'm rolling right now. I am rolling. Remove the Tompions. Yeah, I think we can get rid of these finally. We can sell these off somewhere else. And then we want... They've already got great horses. In order of priority, who's the best? This... Yeah, it goes this guy, then this guy, then this guy. How about these dudes? These guys are pretty good. I'm gonna... There, that's the order of priority. All 4 of these guys are my top guys. So this guy, followed by him, and then him. And then this brigade is just a little bit weaker, just generally. And so we're going to give our horses to the top people. So the Radisville... Is he good at shooting? He has 40 accuracy. He actually is quite good at shooting. And he's got a Liège carbine. If neither of these had a carbine, though, 27 versus 29. So yeah, he naturally has good shooting stats. So we'll give him the good carbine back, and we'll give him the accuracy. And then I'll give this guy his gun back. And now this is stamina and move speed. And we probably want to give that to our shock cavalry, who's already specializing in move speed. And now look at this. 100 stamina. Beautiful. There. So that's our setup now. Add lance models in the game. Lance models are in the game, man. They just got added. So you now have lances. They got added in this update. You're very lucky. We're going to swing back now, I think, and burn that village. Because villages are quicker to burn. And we don't want to waste too much time, but we have to burn 1 more to get our next objective. Dan, if you just keep writing that message, dude, I don't... it's getting a little annoying, Dan. I will speak however I want to speak. If you don't like the words I use or something, then you unfortunately will not be able to watch the stream. But I'm going to speak how I'd like to speak, man. You can't police me. You can't police me, Dan. You can't hold me down. Frenchmen. I could turn the Frenchmen into... Or Cossacks. Do we want Cossacks or Royal Cavalry? Interesting. Yeah, I could go Cossacks or Royal Cav. What do you guys think? Probably Cossacks, right? It is more thematic. So we just need to get provisions and I just need money. You guys tell me your answer. I'm going to come back to that encounter. But I think Cossacks is better. The Cossacks also got buffed this update. Oh, shit. Okay. I will fight them. Let's do it. Fight me. Some dragoons, some basic infantry, some artillery with some recruits, and lots of infantry, actually. Crappy non-infantry combat effectiveness. So we can knock out that officer with the cavalry quite easily and knock out the artillery officer. That is very good for us. But they are getting minus 25% melee damage received, which does suck. So we're going to have to cycle charge, because prolonged melee is not going to be good for us. Okay. Nice battlefield. This is a modded map, by the way. I have a mod enabled, so we're playing on a modded map. I probably want the lower tier cav to get the more experience, but I think it's too hard to micromanage. The first thing I got to do is get over this river, which is going to be kind of annoying. Yeah, it is what it is. I'm going to run everyone to get across. The rivers make you lose way more stamina now and slow you down more. So, yeah. We just got to be careful. Look at them just fully lining up on me. We're trapped. We're encircled. We need relief. I need to take out both of these officers, right? Alright. And we got to do something about those guys. I think we're going to have to brute force our way through. I want him to hit hit my general first. There we go. Beautiful. Thank you. And then we're going to hit these guys. Look at that. Beautiful. And then over here, we need to knock these guys out. There, and I want to kill both officers. I want both of them completely dead. So I'm going to follow both, and I should be able to catch up because my guys are very fast. Do we have any? We don't have either of these. Neither of these guys specialize in speed, but my winged hussars should be able to catch them. These guys are in rough shape, unfortunately. Oh man, I'm just gonna go in for the charge just to kill the officer. I know these guys are gonna get routed, but I'm just gonna make sure he's dead. Okay, the officer is dead. I'm getting out of there. Oh, jeez. Let him run. Gosh, how fast are these dudes? Oh my gosh. Winged hussars can't catch him. Oh, you know why? We expanded our cavalry, what, 3 times? And anytime you pass the reform to expand the cavalry, you lose 6% move speed. So I probably lost like 12 or 18% move speed already. So I'm going to move up, and now we got to start picking apart. I'm going to put these guys in the back of the map to just recover. These dudes are isolated, which is fantastic. Let's pick these guys off one by one. Let's see if we can just knock this guy out. I'm going to fall these guys back and lure these Russian regiments. This might hurt. He might stop and hit me. But we are in the city, so we got 100% cover. Yeah, we got 100% cover. Oh, they killed 6 people. Perfect. So they hit the buildings. And we're going to flow those charges in. Good, good, good. Alright, and these guys are going to hang out. And by the way, the lances, you were saying to add lances. We have the lances in, you can see. Yeah, the Russians are so hard to kill. There's just so many bodies. The regiments are so large. I need to shatter them so they don't come back. I'm going to start pulling these guys back to recover, though. There we go. There we go. All right. We've got royal recruits who are now quite scared. What do we want to deal with next? Probably this officer here. I need everybody to recover, though, because the stamina is really rough now. End the battle, yeah. I'm going to hit this guy from 2 sides. That's going to be the plan. Lipka is actually doing well on stamina, so I'm going to send them in first. Pegasus is okay, 47, 52. 52 I like as well, they're sending these guys in. The rest of the guys are going to go back and keep restoring stamina, and then I'm going to hit these guys from the rear. The rear charges are more impactful now, so let's see how that ends up doing for us. Oh, wrong guy. Alright, let's take a look at them around, see if the rear charge actually makes an impact. Okay, okay, that was not bad. There we go, yeah. That's not bad at all. There we go, let's restore these dudes. And we're going to kill that officer. I'm going to have the winged hussars run back and then cycle charge them with the lances. What's the difference between the Lithuanian and the Polish? The Polish are like more professional, I think higher morale. And the Lithuanians have like higher charge damage, but they're a little more fragile. Just going to charge in, take more of these guys out. There we go. And I want to see that officer killed text pop up. I think I can just charge into the surf recruits now that the morale is full. Let's pull off. I'm going to leave the Lithuanians to just keep cutting them down because their morale is so low, the Lithuanians, that I don't want them in actual combat. They'll just be in charge of cleanup duty. Will we ever add naval combat? No, we will not. We will not. As an educator, it's a fantastic way to teach the reality, American Revolution, plus a fun way to commemorate the 250th. I need to catch up on the previous videos to see if it's being considered. Yeah, unfortunately, we are not going to be doing any more DLC. I don't have any more DLC planned. So, doing the American Revolution is not in the cards right now for us. Oh, we're crushing them now. There we go. Alright, let's just keep the charge going then. We do have a morale problem. We do need to find a way to improve our morale. Because our guys just keep routing, even though the casualties aren't that extreme. These dudes, I mean, they've definitely taken a lot of casualties. I'm going to pull them back. Pull them back before the officer dies. Someone made a Civil War mod. I've actually helped him out with the Civil War mod, and it is pretty cool. Alright, we're doing okay. Damn, this is a tough battle. This is a field army, right? This wasn't just a patrol. It's just the attrition of so many numbers they've got. I've got to get more reforms passed and more morale. Those are like the 2 focuses. The speed is fine. I'm actually doing fine on speed. But the morale and sturdiness of the cav needs to be expanded on. There we go. We shattered a bunch of them. And now I'm just going to charge everything in. There we go. Here we go, guys. Bang, bang, bang. There we go. Kevin, there is a mod. There is an American Revolution mod that's pretty good. And if it's broken because of this update that we just did, you can actually roll your game version back. So see if it works on this new version, this new big update we did. And if it doesn't, you can always roll the game back and get it to work on probably the previous version. I'm going to replenish casualties because I feel like I took a lot of losses there. There we go. We get a lot of promotions. Yeah, Kevin, I'll actually show you. If you go on Steam and you click Workshop, and you go to the most subscribed, the top mod in the game is the American Revolution right there. But it was last updated in April, so it might take him a little bit to update the mod and make sure it works with the new DLC if he's still updating it. All right, we've got our Cav General. What do we want? None of those are useful. Reroll it. Ooh, I love Merciless. 10% melee, extra loot from battles. I love that one. That's great. Very good to get early on. We're going to present the war trophies. We got lots of war trophies. Do you know a similar site to Chronoscout for Polish units? Unfortunately, there is not. It is so poorly documented, unfortunately. I think we got to go for this reform here, the build political faction. What do you guys think? I could either grab another cavalry unit size buff or do the discount on all future reform costs. But if I pass this and it rolls another set of 4 to choose from, there's no guarantee I get another cavalry one yet. But I think I got to get this out of the way because it's an investment in the future. And I've not done it yet. I've passed the cavalry reform twice now. Yeah, I can't even afford the 3rd Brigade, so I think I have to go for that. I'm going to then spend a little bit of bribery and finish burning down the village. And then get the 3rd Brigade up. There we go. We got Blitz, Battle Move Speed and Charge. And I think now we just have to bribe our way and brute force it. I got 1% left. That's fine. There we go. Okay, so opening the 3rd Brigade now just cost 100%. Ooh, I love this one. General's unit size plus 100. I think that's the next one I want to take, and then we got to open the brigade. I think we go this one, and then we go that one. And then the one after that, we go for the reform cost again if we can. We got boots. We'll give it to these guys. This guy actually is good at shooting, so why don't we give him like cav pistols, accuracy, and charge. Yeah, I like the cav pistols. You get both. That's nice. 15% casualty restoration would be very good for our hussars that take super slow replenishment. So that's worth it to me. And then the boots can go to one of these really crappy guys. Who's the slowest? This guy's so slow. Actually, hold on, I was wrong. 68, 60. That guy's really slow. Everything else I want to sell. Stamina recovery. I don't really mind. I'm going to sell that. And then where do we want to go next? We want to go to the right and grab the free unit, right? I think we go for the Cossack, just because it's more thematic. So we got the Frontier Recruit. This dude, we need to train him up and get him upgraded into a Plastun. And a Plastun's light infantry, right? Yeah. And then he's got to go cav. We need to train this guy up ASAP, because we have to have all cavalry for the HQ battle. If I don't have all cavalry in time, we have to disband him. So we need to find more battles. And I'm going to head left and see what I can find out this way. We got a slum. Oh, a parade, a new encounter. I can spend 5 days waiting for a higher chance of the parade works. I'm going to go for that, because you get experience if it pays off. Oh, that sucks. That sucks so bad. I really wish. That would have been perfect for the new unit we got. Oh, that sucks. Okay. Lost a ton of veterancy. And our Frontier Recruit is now at negative fucking veterancy. This guy might have to get kicked out of the army for embarrassing us at the parade. I'm going to have to take on this encamped army, I think, to start crawling my way out of this. Yeah. Let me waste 1 day. No, I'm not going to waste 1 day. I'm just going to attack them. We've got the rain on our side, and the rain reduces accuracy, so that's good for us. They've got cavalry, which we can knock out, and plenty of artillery to knock out. Actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 artillery, and only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 infantry. So we can definitely focus down the non-infantry units. That's the way to go. Okay. Can I give the Pegasus a black and green uniform? I could change it. The dude who's got to get the most battle experience are these frontier recruits, which I don't know how we're going to give them experience, but they're going to go in the front. And if they can't prove themselves, then they're getting kicked out of the army, which is most likely to happen. I don't think I want them. Let me just check everything's okay on the DLC, because I'm streaming, but I have not checked. I saw some people were upset that Sweden didn't end up being free, and I just want to make sure that we don't get, like, review bombed for it or something. 1 second. Thought the Swedes would be free. That's way too much. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, only one guy is upset about having to buy it. That's fine. Yeah, I just want to make sure people aren't, like, losing their mind. Okay, otherwise things are going okay. Good. Didn't I spend months saying how it would be paid? I didn't really talk about the DLC, honestly. I didn't really... On the Discord, I talked a lot about it. On everywhere else, I did not. Oh my gosh, these guys suck. These guys are just getting nailed by the artillery. I mean, it is what it is. These guys are cannon fodder. I'm not even going to repair them. I'm just going to kill them off. They've got negative veterancy. It's like I'm never going to get them promoted. So they're just going to eat all the cannons. There we go. And I'll have the cav flank. And the weather reduces accuracy and reload. Let's brute force through that guy. I'm going to have the front two guys charge, and then the winged hussars will hit from the back. Because we got to knock this guy out to get around properly. Alright, there we go. Good, good, good. Let's get around there. Let's knock this guy out. I'm going to have these guys go around. Good. Oh my gosh. Jeez, we just wiped them out. I love that. The morale just completely dissipated. All right, let's keep moving. Oh, those guys are gone too, I think. Oh, no. These guys are their elites. The Heinrich, Preußen, Fusiliers. But if I do the rear charge, hopefully... Again, the flanking matters a lot more in this update. You can see there. Okay. We got to get our general to catch him. And look, there's a little gap in the middle open now. And unfortunately, their artillery's onto us. They know it was just bait, and they're switching targets. I've got to knock that guy out. There we go. There we go. Let's keep moving. Oh man, that sucks. I did not see they were doing that. Okay. Oh, that center's open. Oh gosh, come on. There we go. Alright, that guy's out. Let's push in. Ouch. Come on, it's raining out. How are you hitting your shots? Ah, they're not hitting that much. Okay. Not too bad. I just want to knock this artillery out. Keep going, guys. Let's keep going. Knock all this out. There we go. There we go. Those guys are hurt. I'm going to run them back. The winged hussars are going to have to carry. They're the only ones who have good, like, morale right now. And this is an encamped army, so this is quite a tough battle. And we get a free doctrine if we win it. but this would have been tough if we had a lot of infantry because they had so much artillery. Look at all the artillery they brought, but we got lucky because of the rain as well, so this ended up being a lot easier for us, which is nice. Does Master of Command affect the General's command radius? I think it does, but you'll have to test that for me. Or just let me know. It should. The Doctrine. Okay, that unit's wiped out. I'll shatter him. I'm going to run back and get everybody's stamina back up. This guy's going to follow us. Where's the Winged Hussar? He needs to just hit them. Maybe I'll have the Vanguard Cavalry hit from the front, and then the Winged Hussars will get them from the back. Oh man, they came back. There we go. Alright, I can brute force the rest of the battle now. Oh, damn, the cav only run is stressful. If you make a mistake, everybody just gets caught and killed. Okay. Let's see here. I think we want to go veterancy, right? Did I want to go veterancy? I think I did. I didn't lose that many guys. Oh, beautiful. Melee damage received would be fantastic. Or replenishments be doubled. Damn, damn. I think we have to take the melee damage received. I think the replenishment we've been doing okay with, and we can mitigate for now. But the melee damage received, I think, is going to pay off in the long run because we are... Some of our guys are just getting beat up, and the more sustainable they are, the better. I think we have to take that one. And I went for the veterancy to see, because we lost so much of it, I want to just regain that back. This guy just sucks. He's going to cost me like 7 to get him up. I'm going to disband him right before the HQ fight. And I'm not going to replenish him at all. And then what did we want to do? We wanted to present war trophies. And I wanted to boost the general size, so check this out. We're going to do that. So now our general is bigger here. And then we can give him something. Maybe some stamina recovery. It doesn't really matter for him. Let's see. I can give him a little... he doesn't really need morale. I don't think any of these items are relevant to him. What is interesting, though, is we have got canteens for 40% stamina recovery and fish for 40% stamina recovery. So we can give someone 80% stamina recovery. And I would imagine we'd want to do that. This guy already has the fish. So why don't we open this slot and give him the canteen? So now he gets really fast stamina. And we're going to do Bradsville. We're going to classify him as shock cavalry. Even though he's not really shock. Then let's do skirmish cavalry and remove the fish and a canteen. And then give him instead a ramrod and a tompion and make him good at actually shooting. And give him ammunition. Then we take this shock cavalry. Maybe open up 2 slots for him, which is a little pricey. And then give him... Look, he's got 104 stamina, right? So if you give him the herring for 40% morale or stamina recovery, and even more stamina recovery, the other nice thing is this gives +2 morale. This one gives -4, so it balances out. So now we're just getting move speed and 80% stamina recovery. And we're also getting 25% stamina recovery there. The biggest thing we can do is, once the battles get really big and everybody's getting tired, if our guys aren't tired and the enemy is, that's a huge buff. So that's kind of what we're gearing up for. Now we have a bunch of these little haversacks that do just a little bit. They just give a little bit of morale and stuff. So anybody who needs a little haversack, we could just throw it on them, like 1 and 2. And the rest we probably want to sell the rest of this. I don't mind the herring on the guy who was maybe the worst stamina here. 69... this guy's the worst, so we can give him the herring. And then the rest I would sell. And let's go up to the outpost. That's fine. Oh, I should have done that. It would have pushed back the HQ. Pegasus uniform change. Let's see. What did you get? What did you want on the Pegasus? How about you punish the bad units with white uniforms? I could. But I don't know. I don't want to micromanage it too much. You want black and green on these guys? All right. We'll make a completely unique color scheme for them. The rain is peaceful, isn't it? It's nice. There we go. Pegasus Cav can be upgraded. I definitely think we should steer them into the Hussars. There we go. They look even cooler now. Look at that. Oh, they look awesome. Let's move them up. Yeah, they got promotion. Oh, these guys are cool. I like them. Does stamina recovery stack additionally or multiplicably? It is additional, I'm pretty sure. So I think what's going to happen there is a 40% and a 40% is 80%. Okay, rainy battles are good for us too because the enemy is going to lose out on reload and accuracy, which is very nice. Let's go see if we could just bully a patrol by this city. Hopefully we can find one. I don't think we're going to find one. Wild horses? Oh, awesome. I'll take 2 good horses. Melee move speed, let's upgrade him. And do morale and move speed. Nice. We'll give the Ulans the melee move speed. And this guy's good for what? Accuracy? This guy's got a gun, so we're going to give him that horse. Can you customize the Ulans for me? Let's see, where are they? What would you like? You'd like red uniforms with gold lace and name them the Rus Oroi as a Romanian troop. We could do that. We can do the Rasoi Roi. I don't know how to pronounce that, but that's fine. Ulans. And then you want red uniforms. Which, let's mix all of our own colors. Let's do like a Polish red. I like the kind of crimson red, if you don't mind. I think that's cool. That's unique. With gold lace. We're going to go white then there. There. I think that looks cool. Surprised the Winged Hussars aren't a prestige unit, considering they were disbanded. Yeah, I mean, you answered your own question. They were disbanded, so that's why they're not a renowned unit. You can always customize it, though, to make your own. I think we'll do white trousers there. And you said you want, like, a Romanian theme for them. So we'll do, like, a... like one of these. Now, let's keep it kind of Polish themed. And then we'll do, like, maybe blue and yellow. Can I do, like... There. Alright, it's foggy. What does fog mean? Less range, less stamina. Damn, it's foggy as hell, isn't it? I guess we're headed right. And the next reform that we're getting, we got to get the 3rd Brigade open. Melee and morale, I love it. Let's replace... the Bible and give it to someone else. And give them the melee morale. And then the Bible, give to this guy. And that infantry we're going to disband soon. I don't know if we're going to get our 3rd Brigade, which I'm worried about, because I was a little greedy. Ah, fuck him. Okay. Likely chance of fighting a field army. I do want to fight a field army. Because we need to gain... We need a decisive victory to gain some more SAM support. Alright, let's see here. And these recruits suck. They're just going to be fodder for me. So you run up and you get shot. Oh yeah, we reformed our general, by the way, so hold on. Check out the general. He now has 300 guys. So he's a little bigger. If we pass a couple more reforms, he can be even better. I've gotten him to 1,000 people before, so that will be fun. Also, here's the new cav we customized. They're pretty cool. And then the green ones, too. And then their artillery is hitting our infantry as we want them to. These guys are a good fodder unit just to take enemy fire. I'm going to brute force through this, honestly. Their lines are so spread thin, too. And I need a decisive victory here to get all of that same support. There we go. Perfect. Okay, yeah, I mean, that was very good. Very, very good. Okay. Only 7%, yeah, decisive. So we gained 20 same power. And we got 4 uniforms to give, so we're going to get a ton of reform power from that. We don't need to conscript. We can go for veterancy. There we go, beautiful. We're going to have a high-level officer now, too. And what do we want? We want some more melee stuff. Stamina lost in melee? I love that. That's great. Look at that. Stamina lost in melee minus 50%. Morale and stamina recovery 25%. Stamina recovery 15%. Charge and melee. That's a perfect officer. He's going to die now. He's going to die. I'm going to be so upset. That is a perfect officer. I might put him with the Karvasky because there's 850 of them. But let's hold off for now. I don't think we need to. This guy can get upgraded. Let's make him that. There we go. Okay, he went down in number with that upgrade anyways. There's another encamped army, which I feel like we should take on. I'm going to present the war trophies. We're up to 45%. We need to get to 100. Yeah, I think we do. I'm probably going to burn all my money. I think I've got to do it. Let's burn all of our cash. We're up to 80%. We're going to get 100% from this battle. Then we're going to try to fill up that 3rd Brigade the best we can with any remaining time we've got. We've got rain. Let's try to sprint into this battle to keep the rain going. Keep that rain. Yep. We're going to attack under the cover of rain. Very good composition we've rolled. Oh, beautiful. Look at this. Light infantry. Light infantry. Light infantry. Provincial cavalry to beat up, and some artillery. Excellent. That is excellent. Yeah, they are dead. And we get a free doctrine. Okay. I'm going to use the new hotkey to simply move up. And what do they got? Fire damage received. That doesn't help out. But they've got tons of skirmishers that I'm just going to stomp on. Which army configuration? The composition I'm playing is the Noble Cavalcade composition as Poland. I'm going to move these frontier recruits in to take some casualties. There we go. I'm going to charge into those. Dude, the winged hussars against mobile infantry with 0 brace. They do have an officer, but let's see. Alright, the numbers are going to start going down fast, yeah. And then here's the second charge coming in. Frontier recruits being sacrificed. Okay, these auto cannon grenzers are almost dead. Ever since the parade, the frontier recruits are a penal battalion. Yeah, I know. I know. Alright, let's wipe them out. I think I'm just going to push now. I think we just push. If anything goes bad, blame the frontier recruits. Yep. Alright, here we go. Damn, the winged hussars taking a little bit of a beating from 2 charges to the front. I might cycle them, but I think we'll be okay, actually. There we go. Shattered a few of these guys. Ah, that charge is going to fail if they push in. I'm going to pull these guys out because they're just tired. I'll pull these guys out too. I'm going to hit the Fusiliers. There's canister shot firing on us right now. I can hear it. There we go. The artillery is now exposed. And I can rear charge those guys with the winged hussars, which we are going to do. There we go. Good job. Oh, we're getting beat up. There we go. Okay. Such a dumb army configuration I'm running, but yeah. Damn, our morale is just rough. A lot of our guys are breaking. I'm gonna get our general out of there and try to boost. I'm gonna rally everybody, let them take a break. Let's let the frontier recruits do some work for us. Actually, just charge everybody, and there's only one guy left. There we go. Does any nation have one? I thought they have only victory screens. There are 2 new loading screens. I think this was a close victory or a major one. I don't think it's decisive. Yeah, it's a major one. Let's replenish our losses and get a doctrine. Morale damage received would be very nice because our guys are breaking a lot. I almost want to roll for that winged hussar doctrine soon. Let's refresh everyone there. And this guy we said we might get rid of later, but I don't know. He's got stamina and move speed. He needs to be a little harder hitting, I think. Yeah, charge 15 would be nice. We can also... Oh, we've got... Look at the same support we've got. Let's do a little bribe. Grab that 3rd Brigade. And then present war trophies. I don't want to give this one up, though, because it's worth a lot. So we're not going to present... We're not going to give them diamonds. We're going to keep those for ourselves. Is there anything here that's fun? We've been getting really lucky. This is unlucky. Infantry we don't need. Recruit we don't need. High-quality weapons we don't really need. And provisions and ammo. This is cheap, so we can just use this to refresh. I think what I'll do is do a bribe. And grab some free stuff to just refresh it. Okay, reform cost is decent. That's our next one, then. We're going to do another stack of the reform cost. And then we've got our 3rd Brigade, so we can begin trying to fill that up. Poacher camp. Okay. 3 excellent furs. I will take it. Actually, we can... Oh, there's another little localization bug there. There we go. I can get 2 furs if I just lose provisions. We've got so much provisions, so let's do that. And then we grab some decent ones, and then we will present those. There we go. So we got 25% support from that. Does that mean you can get unlucky, like you wouldn't be able to get another brigade if you don't get a cheaper reform cost? The 1st brigade you can guaranteed get. The 2nd one requires a little luck to hope that you can roll a cheaper reform cost modifier to get. But yeah, it's got about a 50% chance every time you roll it of appearing. And so it's like flipping a coin, which you could get unlucky, and that's fine. If you do get unlucky, you can do other reforms, though. There are reforms that increase your unit sizes. So if you don't get the 3rd brigade, maybe you can increase your unit size and have them as big as though you had a 3rd brigade. So, yeah. Even if you do get unlucky, there's other reforms that are still very beneficial to increasing the size of your army. You just have to kind of roll with what you get. We need to try buy a new unit, but I don't have much money. So I've got to see how we want to do that. Damn. We could look for the 3rd encamped army. I could foray a settlement, maybe. I think we want to look for that 3rd encamped army, honestly. So let's speed up a little bit. Go searching. And how much? We got 167, so we got a couple weeks to find them. There's a fort. Do we lay siege? We could. We have cavalry, though. We have no artillery. I do have a lot of ammo. This may have been a horrible idea. All right. I'll suffer the attrition. All right. All right. There we go. And then there's an army for us to fight after this. Victories provide 1.5 times the same support. That's nice. That's a good investment. I would take that. Then what I would do is I would fall back and I would grab manpower and try to replenish what we can before we've got to fight that. And then with my remaining time, I will drill. Oh, did they not follow me? Okay, we've got those guys we can fight. And we're going to take these guys on. With this, we'll have enough money. What are these, Gustavians? Okay. Lancer, the DLC is out, yep. With this, we'll have enough money, because we have a ton of loot we can sell, all this stuff we can sell, to probably buy 1 more unit after this. So we're not going to have a full 3 brigades. We're probably going to have like 2.5. Okay. I love these, like, conscripts that have just been taking the brunt of the casualties. Ouch. Alright, what are they using? Gustavian, so they've got good officer morale. I mean, they're going to be isolated from that officer. We do want to take this one out. Damn, that's actually kind of tough with the Hessians. Let's break through the center and wipe that out. So I'm going to stack everything in the weak center. I'm going to put the Pegasus on the frontal charge, and Winged will go and do a rear charge. Here we go, and a rear charge. Beautiful, dead. And then push everything through the center. Hit the officer, and let's spiral out like that and like that. We're going to rear charge these guys now too, which is cool. And then once that officer's dead, his bubble will be popped, and then this guy's going to drop his morale. Should be very nice. Officer killed, excellent. Oh, crap. Alright, everyone's just going to go in now. Get in there, guys. There we go, we got it. Those Hessians really hold on. Good. A decisive victory. Got 30 same power. That's awesome. Yeah. Oh my god, that one doctrine was so worth it. The 1.5, the 50% increase on same power. Now we got 30 from that with the uniforms. That's excellent. Let's go take the veteran seat or the money. Do we want money? Don't need ammo, so I'm going to take the veteran seat. There we go. Rank everybody up. I think we're ready to discard those frontier recruits now. I could make them plastons, but they're not going to be ready. And in order to get the achievement, we need to win a headquarters battle with only cav. So I'm sorry to say, you're out. Let's... Yeah, we're in a very good spot. We're going to run back. I'm going to sell off what I don't want, which is like infantry stuff. Infantry. Get rid of all that crap. Get rid of this. We got 1,000 now. There's no cav, so we're going to go to the next location to look for cavalry. We've got to get there before that headquarters gets us. So we're just cleaning up the loose ends now. Grab him. Excellent. And we really need that extra unit. I think we'll be able to do it. I think we will. We just got to sell all of our crap. I can get 2 excellent horses, or I can make the brigade cost, or the reform cost cheaper. I'll probably do that. I'll do a little bit of bribery. Do I need to do it now, though? Probably not. No, I don't need to do it now. If I'm being smart with my money, the money is better spent on getting a new unit right now. Meat is nice. Morale recovery is good. So we've got another 800, roughly. And if I run over to that city up there, we might be able... we could have sold stuff higher there, but that's fine. Okay. No recruits. All right, we're going to run up. I don't want to fight a battle because, look, we're going to get another one right now. Okay, we got lucky. We got lucky. We really want to try to get these veteran cav, and if that means selling off... How much was it, like 1,200? I think we got to do that, unfortunately. I really want the breastplates, but got to do that. We're going to sell something cheap, like some pistols. A little bit more. 4 stamina is nothing. It's 1,200. Okay, we've got 100 left. And with that 100 left, we probably want an officer. Who looks cooler? Jablinski. We're going to get Jablinski. There, we've got at least an officer. And a cav unit. His flag sucks. There we go, that's better. Okay. So we're filling out. We're filling out. We got a little money left. Just 60. What could I do with 60? I'm going to pop out so we don't fight a city battle. Foray until it reaches me. We got winter coming. Okay. Rain is excellent. Oh, dude, we got so lucky with the rain. Love it. All right. Uh-oh. I think we can do this. 72% support. I think it's worth, for this battle, just grabbing this 30% for the excellent horses. Oh, are you kidding me? Artillery horses? Damn. I gotta sell those. That sucks. 42% left. You know what? I'm gonna be greedy then and increase the size of my general and waste all my power, which I know we want to save up for it, but I'm stacking the Hetman. He's now got 400 guys. So if he has 400, he's actually like approaching the size of my other cav, so he can actually be used in combat. So I think that's worth like stacking the odds for the battle. And yeah, we've got Swedish, who are good at charging but low stamina. We've got Austrians who are just going to suck. Their melee is horrible, so we're just going to pile over them. British cav we can beat. They're like shooting cav. They're not very good. And then some Imperial artillery. So we got 4 nationalities. Anything crazy with the officers? We do it. They do have cavalry charge, 15%, but yeah, we're going to see. Are you doing cavalry challenge? I am, because there's an achievement I'm going for, which is to beat a headquarters battle with only cavalry. So we're going to see if we can do it. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Grief Janssen, 400 men. All cavalry. In the rain. 10% less reload and accuracy for the enemy. They're going to have 25% less melee damage received. That's rough. It's one of the worst ones we could have gotten for the personality. But we're going to do shock attacks anyways. Now, what is cool is they have minus 25% non-infantry combat effectiveness. So all this artillery is getting debuffed. Look at the accuracy is lower. Reload is lower. Plus, it's even got less reload and accuracy due to the rain. And then the cav all has red on their stats as well, which is nice. So we're going to move into little groups of 2, I think. Actually, we'll do groups of 3. So that's a group of 3. That's a group of 3. We want officers nearby because they will replenish stamina for us. And the general can just kind of like eat enemy artillery shots. These guys are weaker, so I'm going to have them kind of wait. These guys are okay. And then these guys are, I think, my strongest. So we're really going to be powerful on the left flank there. And the general will kind of hang out in the middle. Just bought the DLC, saved 10% by using the bundle. Awesome. Very good. Alright, let's see what's coming up here. So they're facing my left, meaning the right side is exposed. I'm going to slip these guys in the back. The DLC is $14.99, but you can get a 10% discount with the bundle that's on the store page. Alright, here we go. This guy's overexposed, isn't he? He's got buckshot rounds, so let's not get hit. If we can knock him out, that'd be good. And then I want to try to fight. Now, I'm worried because my cavalry is not very good. They're averaging around like 25 melee. My average melee is 40-17. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so they're going to melt. I'm going to need the general over there to inspire them before we get into combat on the right. These guys can hold their own. But yeah, I'm going to hit these guys who are extended. Their melee is very good, though. 42. But we'll see. I'll have the Winged Hussars hit them in the back. They're not braced, which is nice. And we need my general back there. Good, and now we can charge in. There we go. Yeah, these Winged Hussars are very good. And then we get to split up once we break them. I want to shatter them, because I know they'll come back. Okay, let's run back in the forest. And is my general... My general's almost there. Their infantry is steering to face me, so I can't do that right now. That does leave this part weak, so I can move in the center. The Finns are moving up. The Finns don't have excellent melee, so I'm okay to move back kind of here. They're running back to their lines, so I'm going to fall back. They're just trying to regroup with their friends. They did leave this exposed area in the center to go chase my guys on the right. Let's hit them. And the Winged Hussars will come in at the end again. I'm really worried about just getting hit by these guys, though. Alright, they fired. Let's stack everything up there. Alright, now we gotta push in. Let's go kill the Dragoons. Bring this cav over. Let's see what they can do. Hit those Dragoons. I'm gonna have my Ulans wait for another cav unit to get aggroed in and charge them instead. Like those guys there. Yeah, I don't want to commit everyone, especially if they're firing artillery in. They're shattered. Let's just keep moving. Ah, gosh, they got Chevaux de Frise. So, no, I'm not going to attack them. I'm going to attack these guys instead. And I'm going to try to regroup everything towards the center now. Try to link everybody up. Pull these guys back. Let's go break those Dragoons. Excellent. Yeah, I'll need support quick. I will need support. These guys are just brute forcing their way through one at a time. Damn, I'm a little worried actually. Knock out the artillery. They're all retreating in the middle now. I just want to get rid of that artillery, though. It's crazy. These guys hopefully should rally. I just got bogged down on the left there. I could not break through. I need these Winged Hussars to just desperately try to get through that. And all of these guys are so far. Hopefully they all rally. My Winged Hussars are going to be in big trouble. All right. I mean, at least we get the charge off there. I need these guys to fall back up north as soon as they can. I guess it's best to just charge them back rather than just get hit in the side. Then move the general up, and I got 2 more reinforcements coming. The guys in the back are still falling back. I think they're going to rally at the very end of the board. I just don't want my general to die. Once my reinforcements come, I'm pulling out immediately. There we go. Reinforcements are here. You pull out. And they need to recover. My general is going to charge the artillery. Damn. Okay, all my cav is returned. I'm gonna try to catch up with them, I guess. I don't think we're gonna reach them. No. We'll just hope we can. Alright, we're shattering a ton of them. We just gotta kill everything left in this central area. Oh my gosh, there's all this extra artillery. Stop firing at me. I don't want to move him in. Let's just ball everybody up, clean this up here. Okay. Now we're going to try to break out and get south. Oh man, I did not realize I got screwed. Let's try to swing everybody down south. Swing left. Everyone's tired as hell. We need to like rally and recover. I think we just gotta pile through this, brute force through this guy, because he's gonna harass us the whole way through. Plus I want to catch the guy on the left to rally him. This guy is so injured, he's got to pull out of that. Get out of there. Okay, they're screwed. We need to shatter him. He's shattered. And now we hide everybody to go recover. For phase 2 of the battle. There we go, we got out. So they got a handful of units left. Okay. Yeah, that guy was annoying, wasn't he? Talking about opening knives or some shit in the chat. Yeah. Alright, if you're on a road, by the way, you regain stamina just a little bit faster. So if you're min-maxing, it's useful. There we go. So we're going to get all these red legs to go away. And then we got to deal with the rest of their infantry that's coming in. Alright, I'm going to begin... I want to stay a little bit longer to recover. Because my guys are so tired. Beating the whole headquarters with only 2 brigades on Marshall is actually quite difficult to do. Alright, I'm going to fall these guys back. We need to basically create another like cauldron for them to kind of dump their guys into so we can hit from multiple angles. Because we don't want to brute force anymore. If we can avoid that. So we can kind of pull back. We need officers dispersed. We've got all of our officers on one side. That's not good. Gotta rearrange the officers. Okay, there we go. Much better. Those guys are weak. I think these guys we hit. And we're invigorated right now, aren't we? Awesome with the stamina. Perfect. So we get a little combat effect in this buff. I'm going pull back there. I don't want to deal with them. I'll have these guys sweep around, kill the artillery, because they have such low HP. I don't want them in direct combat right now. Took this guy out. I want to shatter him. There we go. I can definitely brute force Crownland recruits. They're so bad. This guy I do not want to brute force. So I want to try to get them to move. There we go, they're moving. These guys are going to be tough. There we go. Do you ever bunch up all your cav? Yeah, it can work. It's just if the artillery hits you, it just does so much damage. Yeah, Crownland recruits are so fun to bully with the cav. I didn't realize how vulnerable they are. Everyone else, like the Swedes, these guys actually hold on. They can hold off 3 of my cav to 1. I think I need a cycle charge. There we go. I got it. I gotta break him, shatter him. All their artillery is out. We're gonna rally up everybody over there on the road and restore the stamina again. I'm gonna rally these guys on the road and then just charge them again to kill the officer. Who's got better stamina? This guy. Alright. Go knock him out. There, they're shattered. Everyone else is going to wait on the road. Okay. Alright, so these guys are very weak. Those Hungarians are scary. I need to basically go around the side. And for now, focus on this guy. I think these guys are going in first. They can go in the rear. They can go on the side. Not everyone can go in. Excellent. Okay, shattered. 1 unit left. Here we go. Let's not lose an officer. These guys could lose an officer. Everyone else needs to maintain some form. My main general can lead the charge. I don't mind that. I'm going to let them hit me at max range. There. I'm going to lead the charge, which sounds dumb, but I have 300 guys, and I want that brace to be taken out mostly on him so these guys can have a better time. And then we're going to pull the general back so we can inspire the men around him. And then I don't really need to risk many more of my guys. I think I will... Oh, there we go. It better give me that achievement. If it doesn't work, I'm going to be pissed off. Oh, yes. Beat a headquarters army with cavalry only when the winged hussars arrive. There we go. That's awesome. Cool. Even though it was a minor victory, I still gained 18 power because I have that buff in the top left. Let's recover everything we can. Luckily, no officers died. I'm surprised. I usually lose my officers. There we go. Yeah, that was awesome. We got another doctrine. Ooh, I know what I like. I know it seems like fire damage received is actually great because my cav wouldn't get hit. But this is so tempting. Isn't it tempting? General size, 250, and then we pass another reform and get them even bigger and bigger and get them to like 1,000 men. Something's tempting about that, you know? Like, this is the safe option. Oh, 10% less casualties. Yeah, it's good so you don't get shot. But there's something, you know, I gotta take the état major. Embedding officers gives you more support. Oh, I like that. 10%. I'm now up to 650 guys in my general. And we could try to make him even bigger. There's nothing good here besides excellent horses. I could probably present some trophies. And get some horses. Nice, that's way better. Double Hungarian excellent. Let's do one there. One there. Perfect. Much, much better. And then whoever doesn't have horses can have him. And him. There we go, we got horses for everybody. I really like that. Oh, we get past this again, look at this. General size plus 100 again. Only 40%. What does the Polish troop tree look like? Yeah, I haven't really been showing it off much. The main tree looks like this. You get the Commonwealth recruit, and it's perfectly symmetrical on the Polish side or Lithuanian side. And then you have the cavalry tree, which looks like this. This is also perfectly symmetrical. One fun fact is all three Polish trees were designed to be 100% symmetrical. I think they're the only one in the game who has that. I don't know, it's for no particular reason, but just for fun. This guy can get upgraded to... Lipka is 45 charge. Is there really a reason to go there? I guess if we weren't playing into Hussars, but we are, so we should go that direction. Excellent. I'm surprised this guy didn't get any damn experience. I guess because he's got one guy in the brigade, and this guy didn't get many kills. Wait, so is it an infinite amount? Can you, in theory, get 5k men? It is an infinite amount, Luxor. It is infinite. There is no cap. So you can do whatever you want. Now, I balanced it in such a way that by the time you can get it up to an absurd level, the game is over. But if you were to play endless mode, you can do whatever you want. I really have not balanced anything around endless mode because that's not sort of the intended way to play. So if you want to break the game and have crazy units in endless mode, sure. You know, I don't really mind. I primarily balance it for the 3 acts. But you can see how hard it is to get all this reform power. Like, we're about to enter Act 2, and I've only passed it twice. So I got 200 guys. So if you want to get 5,000 dudes, it would take you a very long time. I think we just go for the melee plus 10%. It's a little boring, but... when we get free company fielders, I don't even want to use these guys. I could re-roll it. If I re-roll, there's a chance I get something worse, though. Polish Dragoon Guards... with extra same support. I mean, that's not bad. If we're playing cavalry, right? We go to Warsaw. Temperatures plummet. We got a little rain. Got a little supply cache. Very open country here. Which makes it good for cavalry, doesn't it? Sprint around anywhere you want. I'm almost... oh, we got Warsaw right there. I'm almost done playing for today. Maybe I do one more stream for Act 2 and then one more stream for Act 3. I think that'd be cool. And then I could do another 3 streams for Sweden. So we could do 6 streams total over the next couple weeks. That could be fun. But yeah, let me play like one battle in this region just to see how my army is doing. I don't really want to sell anything. I'm also not going to burn it because, you know, it's Warsaw, so we have to respect it. We need outposts and battlefields. Oh, 2 of those encounters and I still didn't get an officer. By the way, both of these have less item profit, which is so annoying. Oh. Damn, I'm not fully recovered yet, and I got these 3 brigades to go after. That's rough. That is very rough. What do I do about that? I could retreat. I'm gonna retreat. Oh, hold on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think the bug... that bug deleted my reservists but healed my men. So let me note that down. Okay, well, that was the miracle on the Vistula that healed my troops. I'm gonna write that bug down. There we go. Okay, bug reported. Exploit it if you want, but it will be fixed. Well, now I can fight them, so I'm gonna take advantage of my own bug. There we go. This will be my last battle for today, I think. Lots of infantry. Non-cavalry combat effectiveness, so all their infantry sucks, which is awesome. But their cavalry is very good. There we go. All right, we got sunshine and rainbows. We're in the marshes. Damn, what do we do to get out of the marshes? That really sucks. We're just going to have to stack everybody on the right side. But yeah, this will be the last battle of the stream. And the DLC is live now with the update, and you can get it 10% off by getting the bundle. Even if you already own the game, you are eligible to buy the bundle and upgrade. Oh, look how big the general is now. He's as big as the other cavalry units. And we gotta get across this damn river. Alright, we got Irish. With excellent bayonets, that does suck. And wooden stakes. I gotta hit them before they put the stakes down. I might just charge straight into them. They're gonna hit me. I want my general to take most of the damage then. There we go. Yeah, hit the general. Fine by me. Thanks for your work. The hidden personality is a cool idea. Yeah, I saw someone suggest the hidden personalities on the Steam discussion, so we just decided to put that in. Ouch. These guys are tough. It's a bunch of Irish guys. Drunk Irishmen with melee and fucking Chevaux de Frise. How am I supposed to... And damn swords. This is like the worst composition to go against right now. So they're tough. I'm just gonna have to push them. Ouch. Oh my gosh, I took so many losses. Look at the... Took 87 on impact, killed nobody, because the Chevaux de Frise. Alright, and then we've got to clean up their other troops. They got more Chevaux de Frise. Damn, they learned. They're bringing stakes against us now. Alright, I gotta hit these guys. Damn, my guys are exhausted. I almost wish the doctrine for this army would just be like melee stamina loss minus 50% instead of the recovery, because the recovery is useful. It's fine, but I don't... If you're playing shock cavalry, you're moving so often that you're not sitting around to recover. If I had a lot of heavy cavalry, I would be sitting around, like sitting in the back lines. But I almost just wish they would get less tired from melee. Look how tired all these guys are. I mean, they've been bodying multiple regiments, but... Damn, it's just tough to power through all of it. I gotta pull these guys back to recover their stamina and morale. There. These guys are red. I'm gonna take anybody red stamina and just bring them back to recover. Because look how bad their stats are. These guys are getting hurt. We're getting shot at. Yeah, these guys are tough. There's no more recruits to bully, right? It's all like proper fusiliers with emplacements. Okay, let's try to kill the officer, I think. Funny the enemy's cavalry is not engaging me. They're like letting all the infantry soak up the damage and then saving them for the end, which is surprising because on the Sebeskian they typically, I have them programmed that they will advance the cavalry ahead of the infantry, but for whatever reason they don't want to, which is kind of worse for me, I guess, because my guys are getting really weakened against these really tough infantry blocks and I need to fall back and recover, and they just chase me. They sprint up to me to chase me. So I have no time to recover. Oh, shit. Guess we charge them in. Oh, they're charging me. Yeah, everyone else needs to sit and recover. Look, the cav is not even... They don't care. They're just... They're taking a stroll. They're like, let's go this way. Let's let them suffer. These guys can fall back. I think the cav's beelining for me now on the minimap. Yeah, they're on their way now. They wanted me to soak up all these casualties first. Alright, let's hit these guys. And then I'll have all my other cav in reserve for when they... Yeah, they're moving up. There they come. Okay, this cavalry is actually going to be difficult to deal with. Damn, I lost one unit. Which they're chasing my retreating unit, which is really annoying. Oh, they shattered him. And they're trying to finish him off. Are you fucking kidding me? That's so annoying of them. Look, they're chasing after them. Stop that. Oh, that is obnoxious. They're trying to, like, finish my unit off. There we go. Alright, well, I definitely need... I think if I had that 3rd brigade filled up, that's the biggest thing I need. I've got, like, 2.5 brigades right now, and I just am not as big as I need to be. costly victory. Yeah, I didn't gain very much from that. I need to recover my losses. And I need 3 more units to actually round this out. And we'll get another melee trait. Morale damage received isn't too bad, but I don't know. Charge is nice. I'll take that. Yeah, 30% charge. I'll take that easily. Charge is looking decent. 113 on these guys is nice. What else? What else? Present the trophies. General unit size again. We could do that again. I'm looking for the cavalry unit size upgrades, but I can't find them. Yeah. Okay, I'll save here. And the goal would be next time to round out that 3rd brigade, really fill that out. Maybe get a better officer and get this guy, put him away. Because everyone else has all these traits, and we need better development on the right. We also just need more items. You can see here, like, some guys just have no items at all, so they've got a melee stat of 20. It's just not good enough. So we need 3 units, and then just get lots of great items. That is the way we can develop this further. But yeah, I'm going to save it here. And I will head out. Thank you guys for joining the stream. I appreciate it. And I hope you like the DLC. We worked very hard on it. And yeah, there's a lot of new content, even with the Vanilla Nations. The Vanilla Nations, I don't know if you knew this, but you can check out, like, the Old Core especially. They get a lot of insight points. Before I leave, I'll just show you very quickly. You can improve the general with items. Yes, you can. I'll show you. So you can click on your general. You can customize him. You can give him items like a dog. And then the non-DLC nations, this is completely for free. You can click General Insight, and you can actually put upgrades into whatever you want. So if I'm the Old Core, and I want really good melee, my general could now give 20% melee to anybody in his radius. And now he moves 10% faster and has a 20% bigger radius. So that is another little thing for free for you guys to have fun with for the non-DLC nations. And that's it. I will see you next time. Take care.